maps that show the world as we know it, created hundreds of years before Christopher Columbus set sail. And yet for centuries, people in Europe had no idea they existed. Why is that? Hi, everyone. Before Columbus sailed, maps already showed the world. One of the earliest surviving world maps is the Catalan Atlas, completed in 1375. It was created in Catalonia, a region in what is today Spain and France. But the map makers used a template, an earlier map from 12th century Baghdad. This is the Piri Reis map. It's famous because it was made by a Turkish admiral, Piri Reis, who sailed to Antarctica and found, well, nothing but ice. So he drew a blank spot where the mythical land of Antarctica should have been. But these maps only tell part of the story. They show the world as known to Europeans in the 13th century. They knew the coast of Africa quite well, thanks to Arab and African cartographers who charted the seas. In fact, this map of Africa is so detailed, it even shows a recently discovered island. That's Madagascar. These maps were used by sailors and traders traveling along the coast, but also by scholars and intellectuals who were curious about the world. And here's something else that's interesting. Look at the shape of the world on these maps. It's not round. It's shaped like a horseshoe. That S because these cartographers believed that the Earth was flat and the Atlantic Ocean was a giant sea, not an ocean. But if these maps were so detailed and accurate, why did Europeans ignore them? Well, for one thing, they didn't know where to look. The Catalan Atlas was kept in a monastery in Catalonia, and the Piri Reis map was tucked away in a collection of other maps in Istanbul. For another, they simply didn't believe that non-Europeans could produce such detailed maps. They thought that the only people who could do that were Europeans. It wasn't until the 19th century that scholars started taking these maps seriously. They realized that Europeans hadn't discovered the world. The world was known, just not by them. Today, we're learning more about the world's first great cartographers, the Africans and the Arabs. They explored and charted the seas long before Europeans took to the water. And their maps weren't just accurate, they were beautiful works of art. They used colors to show not just land and sea, but the different cultures they encountered. Red for Islam, green for Christianity, and yellow for other religions. These maps are a reminder that the world is full of surprises. There's always something new to discover, even if you think you know it all. The world was known, just not by them. Subscribe for more forbidden facts.